What is up, everybody? Back here with another video, and this time it is for Boruto chapter 56. It just dropped. That chapter was very good. If you haven't read it, go read it and then come back here to listen to my review. Now let's get into this. The chapter starts with Boruto getting interviewed for playing a part in saving the village. That's how they described it, since he did actually play a part using his space-time ninjutsu to kind of teleport Ishiki into a different area. Now, this was very good to see. I liked how they didn't really jump into like another battle straight with code, but instead they went with the information route instead, where they relay the information back to Naruto and Shikamaru about code and about how he also has a karma, and how unlike Kawaki, he wasn't picked to be the official the official vessel, but instead was kind of like Jigen's right hand man, somebody he could trust, because Code is a heavy believer in the Otsutsuki ways. It's like a god and his believers. That's exactly the relationship between the Otsutsuki and Code. Now, we did get some information about Kawaki. He did get his new arm, and during that kind of scene, we get to really understand Sumire's feelings for Boruto, as Kawaki quickly realizes that Sumire does have feelings for Boruto. So for all you Sumire Kawaki fans, I am sorry, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I am team Borusumi, but I don't really give a shit. We'll see how things end up. It's whatever. But back to the topic. We got information that Sumire is now under Amato's kind of wing, I guess you could call it, and I found that very, very very important, because in the last chapter you saw how skeptical Sumire was looking at Amato. She was looking at him like, yo, what is good with you? What are you whispering about? And now all of a sudden she's under his wing and all that. I feel like Sumire is playing the double agent right now. She's playing the dumb, innocent girl like she did in the beginning of the Boruto anime, but then she's gonna completely flip 180 and is actually digging into Amato and digging into what he's trying to do. I actually found that very, very lit. And people really do be saying Sumire is just a copy of Hinata. She's really not. She's definitely way better than Hinata ever was. Hinata's kind of a trash character. She's just, I didn't really like Hinata. She's cool and all, but Sumire is way better. She does have that kind of soft-spokenness like Hinata does, but she could flip that shit 180 and really get serious and really be on her shit. And you could see that clearly in the first arc of the Boruto anime, and you can also see that now currently in the manga, and I found that very, very interesting. But moving on, we get the scene where you got all the other classmates of Boruto. You got Shikadai and his team, Mitsuki and Sarada, all in the room kind of watching Boruto talk on live TV and shit. And Sarada kind of talks about how she's a little angry that she can't go on any missions because Boruto's currently suspended, and because he is a high risk target. And not only is he a target, but he's also a risk to the village. So that's why he also has other, I guess, ninja, jonin, Anbu, who knows, kind of watching over him as he's chilling in the village, because at the end of the day, he's a high risk. He could switch into the Otsutsuki at any moment, and it could fuck everything up. Now, I do see the point that Sarada did make. She is on her road to becoming the Hokage. She doesn't want any, setbacks and shit. But I did like the fact that Sarada's she doesn't blame Boruto, because, it's out of his hands. But, she does feel frustrated at the fact that she can't do anything. which is very understandable. She probably gets that from her mom. Sakura was always like that back in the day, always wanted to prove herself, always wanted to take initiative, even though Sakura fucking never did back in the day. And I'm talking about when they're 12, when OG Naruto was out. Unlike you Sakura haters, she was actually useful during Shippuden, even though there were times when I was like, okay, come on, what the fuck are you doing? But back to topic, we kind of get this scene where it kind of goes to Boruto on top of the Hokage's face, on top of Naruto's head, and he's just kind of looking over the village, kind of just drifting off, not really, I don't know, kind of just spacing out, and then he gets interrupted by some females, they're like, oh, it's Boruto Uzumaki, he's so cute, and you got fucking Boruto like, hey yo shorty, waving, and then he notices he's waving with the karma mark, and he's like, oh shit, I gotta hide this bitch. And after that little scene, you got Kawaki pulling up to Boruto, kind of talking to him about the karma, because they're in it together, they're brothers at the end of the day. They're facing the same problem, and just like how Kawaki said last chapter, even though his karma's gone, he's gotta work to help out Boruto, because at the end of the day, they got a nice bond going on. They're like brothers at the end of the day, and I really respect that, and I fucking love that scene. That scene was lit, and I can't wait till it gets animated. And you get this little part where Kawaki talks about how Code could also inherit a karma mark. Talks about how Boruto could give Code that karma mark, his karma mark, and kind of save his own life. But while they were kind of talking about that, I honestly really didn't get it myself, to be honest with you. Like, even if you were to give it to Code, Boruto's body is like already at 80%. Like, he definitely probably finish turning into Momoshiki himself before Code would even turn into Momoshiki. But at the same time, Code was picked to have a karma mark, and he did survive the karma mark, so his body could be fully Otsutsuki. So with that in mind, if Boruto does get that karma mark onto Code, there is a good chance that he will turn into Momoshiki almost right away, to be honest. But that's just my thoughts on the matter. I don't know for sure, but I do think that's a pretty good guess. Now, later on in the chapter, you still got Amato relaying the details to Naruto and Shikamaru, but towards the end of this chapter, you get a scene where Naruto's like, it's time for another 5 Kage summit. And now, next chapter, I'm guessing we're going to be getting that 5 Kage summit. Now, I find this very, very interesting, because this 5 Kage summit is going to change Boruto, like, even more than it's already changed. Like, this 5 Kage summit could go so wrong so quickly. Not only did Naruto hide the fact that Boruto had the karma mark since the Chunin exams, but he's also a high risk. So the Kage may decide to want to kill Boruto to save everybody else, which is a very big problem. Naruto doesn't have the Nine Tails power anymore. He doesn't have Kurama anymore. So he's touchable now. He's not untouchable. He's not like this impossible person to kill. He's killable now. Like, yes, he is still very, very, very strong, but he's not untouchable anymore. Same with Sasuke. He lost his Rinnegan. He's not untouchable anymore. Yes, he is still very, very skillful, but he did lose quite a bit of his powers. The Rinnegan abilities were very useful in that Momoshiki fight. That's why Momoshiki, or Boroshiki, took out that eye, because it was a nuisance the first time, so he targeted it for it wouldn't be a nuisance the next time. And that was very good writing. I definitely like that. I can't wait for the next chapter. This is it for this review. If you guys enjoyed, like, subscribe, comment. If you guys want more anime content, comment down below. If you want to see anime edits, go check out my TikTok at Anime Greed. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.